In last week's video, I flew over lava fields and beautiful farmland arriving at Kingsley Field alongside F-15s. In this video, I fly over Upper Klamath Lake and inside the crater of the awesome Crater Lake before an unplanned and super cool arrival at Oakridge, Oregon.
Kingsley ground, let's go, 813 kilo, at Century Aviation with Quebec.
Dog 1, clear to Crown Falls Airport via the King 6 departure Venice filed, maintain block 15000 to flight level 190, departure frequency local channel 5, squawk 0261, Dog 2, squawk 0262. Civil aircraft calling ground, you're coming in broken, unreadable.
Shasta. So what's the deal here?
Roger.
Check, check, check. Check, check. These push to talk buttons. Check. Mother.
Kingsley Tower, Luscombe 1813 kilo, holding short at 14, ready for departure. Luscombe 1813 kilo, Kingsley Tower, runway 14, wind calm, cleared for takeoff, northwestbound departure approved. Luscombe 13 kilo, clear for takeoff, 14. Come 13 Kilo for exchange approved.
Let's come 13 Kilo, thanks for your help, see ya.
Sundowner 16 Mike for exchange approved.
16 Mike, thanks.
In this leg, I depart Klamath Falls and fly north over Upper Klamath Lake, then climb up over 8,000 feet before dropping into the completely awesome Crater Lake caldera, before continuing north over the Middle Fork Willamette River and Hills Creek Reservoir, finally making a last-minute decision to land at Oakridge, Oregon.
Oh my goodness, okay. So, it's loud without these and it's hard to hear on the radio, but I did hear him hand me off to nobody. Frequency change approved, so he's letting me out of his airspace. So, from what I can tell, I cannot transmit with this radio. I don't know if it's a push-to-talk button here, but neither one of them seemed to work, so it's probably not the button. And I couldn't get this to transmit through the handheld. But anyway, the handheld works okay, apparently, by itself. So, I am no longer talking to that tower. I'm going to land at an uncontrolled field, Lebanon State Airport. And then tomorrow I'll fly from Lebanon to Thun Field, and I don't need to talk to anybody the entire way. If I can transmit, I'll do it, if it starts working. If not, well, I'll probably get on the handheld and just announce my position at these airports at Lebanon and then at Thun Field as well. But, you know, I'm just going to keep a lookout for other airplanes, announce my position, and got ADS-B, so I'm going to use those tools, but yeah, it's pretty difficult without a noise-canceling headset and the
Kingsley Tower, Commander 690 Alpha Sierra, 15 to the west, inbound for landing. We have information, Quebec.
Oh, actually, so I can...
690 Alpha Sierra, Kingsley Tower, report a right base, runway 14.
Okay, that's what I'm going to do then.
Right base for 14. 690 Alpha Sierra.
Commander, 0 Alpha Sierra, traffic that are depart approximately 5 westbound with a sundowner.
Okay.
I'll be looking for the traffic.
Well, never mind then. This is going to work okay. I'll transmit on this radio, and I can hear over this radio. I didn't even...
And Kingsley Tower, Sundowner 5216 Mike is 5 miles to the west for touch and go with information, Quebec.
I didn't even think of that.
Sundowner 16 Mike, Kingsley Tower, confirm that you're back inbound now.
Confirm, 5 miles to the west.
Sundowner 16 Mike, roger, proceed inbound, report a right base, runway 14. You'll be inside of traffic, Air Commander, approximately 13 miles to the west.
Okay.
6 Mike, we'll go.
Okay, good. I'm over on 1.29 now. Okay, well, I understand a little better now how I can make this work. I can just tune this and that to the same frequency. I can talk on this one, and I can hear responses on this one. Because, yeah, the push-to-talk is not working somehow. So, okay, this is cool. I wish I'd kind of had that worked out before. So we are flying over Upper Klamath Lake. I don't know where Lower Klamath Lake is, but connected up ahead here to this is a smaller lake with a canal between the two, and that's called Agency Lake. And 122.9 Chiloquin is another airport I'm going to pass here off the right wing. And then we'll get to Crater Lake sometime in the not too distant future. Yeah, this push to talk button is not doing anything. So, okay, I got it worked out though. If this had happened at the beginning of the trip, I would have stayed a day someplace and gotten it looked at. Now that it's at the end, I'm not going to worry about it. I got an alternative figured out. In the middle of the trip, that would have been a pain in the neck. Or, you know, if I'm mostly done, not inclined to spend the day someplace else if I'm going to be home soon. Anyway.
Upper Klamath Lake is a big lake just across the border from California in southern Oregon. It's about 8 miles wide and 25 miles long, with an average depth of between 8 and 50 feet, barely enough to drown in. It extends to the northwest of the city of Klamath Falls, originally named Linkville, as it was built on the Link River. The town was renamed a couple decades later to Klamath Falls, possibly based on a Native American word for people. Upper Klamath Lake is a remnant of Lake Modoc, a giant lake that existed until around 10,000 years ago.
Everything is good. We're on the left tank, that's on. We're using a little bit of it there, so that's normal. This one's full. I shouldn't need to use that for this entire flight. Oil pressure's good, oil temperature's good.
It took a little searching, but I did manage to locate Lower Klamath Lake. It's to the south, just across the border in California. It's currently used to hold overflow water for Klamath Project irrigation and is no longer connected to Upper Klamath Lake.
And it seems like you got to push the transmit button pretty hard on this handheld for it to work.
In the opposite direction is Agency Lake, which is the northern arm of Upper Klamath Lake and is connected to it by a narrow channel, providing inflow into the bigger lake.
And when I was getting the plane ready, there was a bunch of big birds over the middle of the field. That's interesting. Alrighty. Yeah, those guys were cool. They were nice. I mean, the FBO guys and Tower 2. They're military probably, so probably pretty regimented, but they were nice.
I'd had some radio problems a few videos back, but now things were worse. Turns out, a wire for the push-to-talk button was broken at the bottom of the stick. Although I haven't tested it, I believe that if I connected my headset to the right seat jacks and used the right seat push-to-talk button, I would have been in business. Anyway, for the time being, I couldn't use the radio in the plane for transmitting. It was a nuisance, but at this point in the trip, not an insurmountable problem.
So let's go ahead and climb some, because I got to get up over these mountains in front of me here. Actually, I think Crater Lake is up on top of that ridge line of mountains. And, yeah, totally. So, yeah, there's a ridge of mountains over here, and it continues up north, and Crater Lake is up in the middle of it. And on the right, we got a mountain peak, which is Mount Scott at 8929. So yeah, Crater Lake is up, the rim of it looks like it's around 8,000. So I got a little climbing to do here. I'm at 58. And I'm full throttle here, so, but I'm not climbing at VY, I'm at 80 miles an hour, so I've got lots of time here to get up to just over 8,000. So I'll just keep it going a little faster, and the temps will stay lower that way. Not that they would probably get real high. Right now, it's not too hot. Yeah, Crater Lake's gonna be right over that ridge right there. I can see it, the ridge, I think. I can see the slope on the left, and it's a more gradual slope on the right, but those might have been part of the edges of the cone before it blew its top. I don't know if I've ever been to Crater Lake in my life. I don't think I have, so I think this is going to be pretty awesome. Huh, that's interesting. So there's a meandering river right below me, and I can see where there used to be a meandering river over there. Well, it's probably the same one, but it was a different, it took a different path. There's actually several out there. That's pretty cool. Huh. And you can, there's lots of little side loops and so forth on the, like the Mississippi. Where there were old pathways that it used to take. Yeah, all over here, both sides of it. I can see old pathways where the river used to go. That's pretty cool. Very interesting. All right, so it'll be, I don't know, maybe 9,000. Yeah, I'm going to need to climb a little faster, I think, here. Because this is much higher than I thought it would be. I hadn't looked at it real closely. So we'll keep climbing here, and maybe go up to VY. Or so. Yeah, we're 7,800, and I think we're probably clear of that rim already, but I'm going to keep climbing. Or actually that one, I think those angles I was looking at might not be the rim of the crater. Yeah, it's hard to tell, I'm just guessing here. But I'm going to shoot for this low spot, this saddle. And as I get closer, I'll see what's what. There's 7,000.
Transpacific traffic, W78 Delta Road, approximately 7 to the southeast, 1,500 climbing, last call, transpacific.
We're at 8,000. So I'll keep climbing. And if the rim is only, I mean, if there are spots on the rim that are about 8,000, maybe there are other spots that are hundreds of feet lower. So I'm probably already good enough to clear the rim. I'm at just over 8,000.
Inbound traffic to Sun River, can you state your position again?
I'll keep climbing for the time being though.
Sun River traffic, Skyhawk 4456 Lima is operating at 8,300, about 4 miles north of the field. Sun River traffic.
So we're 10 miles south of the crater, 9 miles south of it. And there's a really sharp, jagged point beyond it in the distance there. What is that? Mount Thielsen, maybe? Or, yeah, I'm not sure how to say that. Not sure. But it's pretty awesome looking. Looks like the Matterhorn or something. We're 8,400. And we are definitely going to clear this lower rim here. So we're at 8,500. I'm going to start to level off here a little bit. All right, we are coming up on Crater Lake. Woo! Should be awesome. Should be awesome. It's a little cool up here. I don't need the ventilation here. Oh, there it is. I can see it. Oop, totally awesome. Yeah, there's a low spot here. Definitely that saddle. I can easily hop through there. Ooh, but the rim is huge and towering on the sides. Okay, this is totally awesome. I'm not even there yet, and it's totally awesome. Yeah, the iPad's at 100%. See, straight ahead of me here, there's a huge saddle that I can easily come through. There's another one over there, but definitely on that far side, the wall of the crater is towering. Totally awesome. Huh. It looks like that's saying it's only at 8151. But it looks taller than that. And then I can see the cone way off to that other, yeah, it's way off on that side of the lake. A cone sticking up out of the middle of the lake. Now we get some downdraft action here. 1,000 feet per minute down. Nope, 1,100. 1,200. But we're way above this rim here in front of me. Totally awesome. Ooh, those cliffs are rugged. Wow, that is blue. Oh, buck just splattered on the windshield. Gross. Got a number of viewpoints off the wing here. This is super duper awesome. I wonder if the water just comes from rainfall, because that would tend to keep it super full, because it's not like there's thousands of acres of runoff, like tons of snow in Mount Rainier that covers a huge surface and it all melts and then collects in river valleys. I mean, this is just like a cup. If you put a cup out in the rain, it'll fill up, but not super duper fast, like as if you're dumping area from a big water into it. So I am not sure how the water situation works here. Maybe just not much of it evaporates and the rain keeps it at this level. Yeah, and it's nice and calm today. It's not like glass, but it's pretty smooth. But yeah, it's pretty calm. There's a few patches out there where I can see there's some wind.
There used to be a mountain called Mount Mazama. It was a complex volcano in the middle of Oregon, and its summit was around 12,000 feet high. Most of it collapsed following an eruption around 7,700 years ago, falling into the then empty magma chamber. The caldera that remained is 2,148 feet deep and has been partially filled with water, famous for its stunning blue color, as you are witnessing here today, courtesy of my action cams, which I'm sure can't quite do it justice, but which will hopefully whet your appetite for a visit. As I was previously pondering, rainfall, including runoff due to snowmelt, does indeed approximately equal the amount of water lost to evaporation and runoff. There are no rivers flowing into or out of the lake. The combination of evaporation and precipitation causes a complete replacement of the water every 250 years. It measures 1,949 feet from the surface of the water to the bottom of the caldera, making this the deepest lake in the United States. This is Wizard Island, formed by later lava eruptions and covering about 316 acres.
Yeah, there's some piers on this little island in the middle here.
You can take a boat tour in the summer, which leaves from Cleetwood Cove on the north side of the lake, circling the lake in a counterclockwise direction, same as me, and stopping for a visit at a dock in Governor's Bay on the little island. There are 2 lodges and 2 campgrounds at the lake, along with a variety of hiking trails. No doubt the lake would be just as awesome from the ground as from the air. Seems like a pretty good idea to visit it both ways.
Oh, there's a visitor center over there. Oh, it looks like a huge lodge that you can stay at there. Are there people on top of that? Looks like it. Oh, is that? What is that on the cliff side there? Oh, maybe it's just really orange rock. Almost thought it was like a wooden building or something, like a lodge, but I think it's just super duper orange or red rock. This is big. Of course, I'm slow, but cool. That was very nice. And I will depart now. Out to the northwest. Mount Thielsen. Alright, so we are over this river. Oh, and I can see it now. You know what, just for fun, let's get down there. Let us get down there. Because I can see for miles up this river valley, and I can see the lake, so I mean, for quite a ways here, it's pretty wide open and I can see really well. And I know we can easily get right on the deck and fly straight to that lake without any danger of terrain or anything. Let's see, I can see white water, but I'm not positive which way the river's. Yep, it's going this way. This is downhill. Good. You can see which way the water's running, then you know you've got descending terrain in front of you. So let's get down and take a look at this lovely river. We're flying towards the Hills Creek Reservoir. I don't know what river this is though. Yep, I can see the water real clearly now. Going this way. Very nice. Now we're at 2600. Yeah, it's fun seeing the water flowing right out the window there. I like seeing the wings, or the trees off the wingtips. Okay. Keep an eye out for any wires. Going 100. What's that? 105 indicated. Oh, this is beautiful. This is so nice. That wouldn't be the best spot to land there. Got a bunch of tree stumps. Of course, there's no good spot to land around here. This is big. This is a big reservoir. We're going to be going on here for several miles, I think. Yeah, no good place to land here. I'd probably just look for the bunch of trees that are not on a super steep hillside and try to mush it into some trees straight ahead.
This is Hills Creek Reservoir, created, of course, by Hills Creek Dam. Water storage and flood control are the reservoir's two primary purposes. The dam was built by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers in 1961 and has two hydropower generating units which can produce up to 30 megawatts. The source of water for the reservoir is the Middle Fork Willamette River. Not surprisingly, there's lots of camping, hiking, and fishing in the area.
And that looks like a dam right there, but it's right in the middle of the lake. Boat launch over there. There's a beautiful lake, or reservoir. I don't know if those are mutually exclusive. Trim up just a hair. I don't want the plane to naturally descend a tiny bit by itself. I'd rather have it skewed towards climbing a hair. And I can see why people crash into water that's smooth, that's glassy. So I'm looking at the shoreline to help me know with confidence how high I am. Now we got a little finger sticking off to the side there. Oh, some fish jumping. Oh, is this a boat? Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah. They gave me a wave, so that's cool. It's always fun. I enjoy that. So, give my wave back. Okay, no, this is the end. This is the end. I didn't know that it would get to the end so quickly here. I don't see any wires going across, but you know, man, if you've got a dam or something like this, why in the world would you string wires up in the air? Okay, now my idea, there's an airport, Hemlock there, 122.9. Oakridge State. I don't hear anybody talking here. Oakridge State. We are over Oakridge. This would be kind of a crazy place to land. Let's see here. So, it's 3,600 feet straight ahead of me at the edge of town. That it? Well, that's interesting. Huh. Well, that's fun. Huh. Well, that's a fun strip, which had never even occurred to me to land on. But it's a little hard to resist. Let's see what the wind is doing. Looks like not doing much. I think I'm gonna have to land there. No one on the radio.
Originally called Hazeldale when it was established around 1888, this town was renamed to Oakridge due to the surrounding topography after the Southern Pacific Railroad opened a station here in 1912. The town's history has centered around the railroad and logging, and now focuses on outdoor activities. I'd like to come back here for a weekend because the airport is in such a cool location, and it just seems like it would make for a nice, quiet getaway.
That's a crazy airport. This may be the craziest airport I've landed at, or maybe next to Ranger Creek. Yeah, the windsocks don't look like they're doing much. Yeah, we got a nice clear final approach there. There's the numbers. Okay. Yeah, I should have come in. And dropped it in a hair. Woohoo! Totally awesome. I love it. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, windsock's limp, so. So let's taxi back here. to the end where I can pull off and park for a couple minutes. So you really, you're dropping in over this hillside here. So that worked out okay. That was fun. That was a totally awesome approach. But yeah, I did, well, my approach wasn't the greatest. I should have cut in a little bit I should have cut the base leg short, coming at an angle there, instead of over those trees. I mean, I kind of came back and made up for it, but so I guess I'm going to be climbing out over that hill. I think I'll depart this way. Yeah, and we're almost at 2 hours. So, we'll fly on this tank of fuel. Alrighty, let's take a break.
Come back next week for a relaxing flight over beautiful rural Oregon and another successful day's flight landing at Lebanon, Oregon, where I visit my long-lost cousin.